Traditionally, direct selling has often been mistaken for pyramid schemes or get-rich-quick schemes in the past, such as through multi-level marketing.
About the future of direct selling, network marketing, and Qnet in particular, and in Malaysia, okay, we're going to be listening an interview between a journalist and the Qnet CEO, Mr. Qnet, okay? So that's an interview in which they exchange about the future of direct selling and the disagreements that go around it, okay? Like things like the Ponzi scheme, how is it a scam, which stuff, all of that. So if you are a fan of direct selling, or if you want to know more about direct selling, then this video is for you. Take your pen and your paper. Let's launch. Pa!
So nevertheless, direct selling has certainly gained momentum in Malaysia and is an integral part of business in the country. So the question is, what's the future like for direct selling in Malaysia? The challenges, more so with the advent of online shopping and the digital revolution. So to take us through the direct selling industry in Malaysia, we have with us Qnet. He's the Chief Executive Officer of global direct selling company Qnet, which is based at its regional office in Petaling Jaya. Welcome to the studio, Trevor. How are you today?
Excellent. Thank you for having me.
Okay, Trevor, direct selling industry has often been mistaken for pyramid schemes or get-rich-quick schemes, as I mentioned in the past. So as the CEO of a leading global company, how is the industry viewed today?
Well, firstly, direct selling globally is an industry that's been around for over 100 years. Just last year, they reported numbers of over $189 billion industry with roughly 117 million distributors and customers.
And it has grown substantially.
Yeah, you're seeing 3% growth from 2016 numbers.
You know, that's phenomenal, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Wow, just last year, direct selling products sold throughout the world for a financial value of $180 billion, with an average number of distributors of 170 million and a growth rate of 3%. Now, note, this video was created 4 years ago and we are in 2023, okay? So you can imagine what transpired between 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2021 up to today. Are we together? Yes. Let's get back.
Qnet, as you know, has been around for about 20 years now. We're going to be celebrating 20 years this September. Okay. And we've been in Malaysia for those 20 years as well. And we're a very big part of the industry here in Malaysia.
Okay. Talking about the global value, what about the value in Malaysia?
Malaysia numbers, just last year, 20 billion ringgit.
Okay.
And out of that 20 billion ringgit, you've got 4.2 million distributors and customers actually buying products and services via those distributors from those direct selling companies in Malaysia.
Yeah, because of course it's a fast-growing industry, but what are the major products? Because everywhere we turn, there's almost somebody is involved with a direct selling, as a direct seller, a salesperson, you see, including members of your own family. So what are the major products that are involved in direct selling?
You're right. I mean, Malaysia is actually quite concentrated when it comes to people looking for the direct selling opportunity and direct selling products and services. But frankly speaking, you've got the original categories like cosmetics, wellness products, household, home care products. Qnet is very powerful with our wellness range, actually home care range, water filtration, air purification. We have some very unique energy products for human energy and balance. I mean, watches and jewelry. I mean, the range is actually quite large, which is why you have such a diversity of different types of companies here in Malaysia. And that's why actually we're quite popular, is because we do have that diversity in Malaysia.
I think the direct marketing works and all that. But that is why I think the importance of the industry we have in Malaysia, the Direct Selling Association of Malaysia. I think Qnet is an integral member of the association. So what is this association's most important policy issue currently? You know?
Well, let's take a step back, because I just came back from San Diego. I was attending the Direct Selling Association of the USA. And DSA Malaysia was also attending there. And the theme, the common theme right now is self-regulation. Okay. Because what's been happening in the last, let's say, 5 years is the industry has been under attack. Okay. And whether it's in Malaysia or in the US or what have you, this stigma, or people don't actually understand what is direct selling and the differences between direct selling and pyramid.
Guys, those are the products the man is talking about. Now, if you want to know more of the thing of pyramid scheme or Ponzi schemes, what Qnet is a scam, we've already made a video on that. So just look at this link up on your screen. You click on it, it will link you directly to the video. Thank you.
So the topic of self-regulation, the topic of consumer protection, the topic of protecting the distributor with proper code of ethics and training the distributors on their obligations as direct sellers. So in Malaysia, I have to give a lot of credit to the Direct Selling Association of Malaysia, because they're actually they're reaching an incredible milestone of 40 years of defending the industry, educating the companies on how to teach people about the code of ethics.
I think.
Okay, if you are wondering if Qnet is legal, no, it's normal. We've done many videos on that. Okay, we have a whole around 20 videos. Okay, which talk about the legality of Qnet. Just click on this link up. Okay, click on it, then it will lead you to that vast videos which you are on to watch. Thank you.
Bitcoin is not helping matters for direct sales and all that. But do you think the government here and elsewhere will impose stricter regulations to curb direct selling?
I think it's not so much about curbing direct selling. I think it's curbing other types of businesses that pretend to be direct selling. You mentioned, the differences of direct selling companies and pyramid companies. Firstly, there's a major difference. Direct selling is all about products and services. It's all about high quality products and services. That's why Qnet is so proud to have a membership in the Direct Selling Association. You look at how direct selling distributors are actually paid. They're paid not on recruitment, they're actually paid on the sales of products and services to distributors and to retail customers. Whereas pyramid selling is purely recruit, and only the top makes money, and basically collapses within 2 or 3 years.
Okay, Trevor, a lot more to talk about, especially it's quite exciting about the direct selling industry. But Trevor, globally we have the World Federation of Direct Selling Associations. So can an individual company in the business of direct selling become a member of this federation? And what are the benefits if you become a member of that federation?
Okay, so firstly, the World Federation of Direct Selling Association is basically the non-governmental organization that's actually representing all the different DSAs, the direct selling associations around the world. And right now there's about 60 direct selling associations which are represented by the WFDSA. Now, a company can join a direct selling association. So for example, Qnet is a member of the direct selling associations of Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Singapore, and just recently we became direct selling members of UAE, United Arab Emirates. So quite an exciting concept actually, because what the WFDSA does is they work on advocacy with the governments. Very, very, very close to, for example, in the US, to lobbying with Congress.
Especially in areas like regulation.
Exactly. The code of ethics, in terms of striking that difference between direct selling and pyramid schemes. The WFDSA they've done a brilliant job of representing those companies' interests in front of different organizations, government organizations. So what I see is WFDSA, you asked, can a company join WFDSA? No. DSA is part of WFDSA, and then companies actually join a DSA.
So the benefits of sharing of experiences and things like
sharing experiences, best practices, all right, cascading of information in terms of policies and procedures. Code of ethics has always been the message. Self-regulation in terms of how we govern our distributors. Also updates on what's happening in terms of trends. I was just at the DSA USA meeting in San Diego, and they're talking about these emerging trends in terms of the gig economy.
Can you explain what is the gig
economy? Sure. The gig economy is basically what you're seeing in let's say, in the context of Malaysia, Grab. Grab has totally disrupted the taxi industry. All right, you look at all these people that are working 9-to-5 jobs, and then after that, doing Grab for part-time, and eventually seeing that they can become a full-time Grab driver. So the DSA is also saying, hey, look, direct selling has been around for about 100 years now, and now you're finding you're competing with many different types of opportunities. And one thing that strikes a difference between direct selling and other opportunities, whether it's Airbnb, Grab, or even YouTube, a lot of people are making money off of YouTube. Direct selling has that person-to-person, personal development, leadership, recognition. You'll never see a Grab driver be pulled up on stage and recognized for achieving thousands upon miles of driving or happy guests or happy
But
passengers.
he's contented because it empowers him. And gives an alternative for financial gains, right?
But I think people are looking for much more.
Yeah,
and that's why direct selling is so important, because it gives you that recognition. It gives you that ability to actually work with people. If you're a Grab driver, you're driving by yourself and you're talking to people, you're having conversations. But in direct selling, you do things together as a team.
Okay.
You can't be successful alone in direct selling. You have to work together as a team.
Trevor, so where does Asia rank in direct selling, and more specifically Malaysia? Where do we rank globally?
So, like I mentioned, over 189 billion globally. Out of that, Asia is representing 86 billion of that. Now, I mean, Malaysia has been such a strong direct selling nation. Okay, you're looking at Asia. Malaysia is actually top 4.
In Asia?
In Asia, top 4 in Asia, top 10 globally speaking. So Malaysia has been a very strong base for direct selling.
There must be the high purchasing power, the consumer power that we have.
I think also the entrepreneurial vision. I mean, you have so many entrepreneurs here in Malaysia. I just moved to Malaysia 3 years ago, and I've seen that everyone is very much interested in what is the next best thing. What is it in for me, and how can I help other people?
So the follow-up question would be, what the future holds for Malaysia in terms of growth, in terms of both revenue and even independent representatives?
Well, you look at the millennials. I mean, I keep on talking about millennials. My staff keep on whacking me because I talk about millennials. But the 25 to 34-year-olds, and I think even Malaysia, it's a bit younger, they're looking for something other than 9 to 5.
Okay.
So I think the future of direct selling in Malaysia alone is just going to keep on growing year over year over year, because you're going to have all these young guys, young girls that are graduating and saying, hey, I don't want to work 9 to 5. I want to do something that allows me to have my own time. I want to do something that allows me to actually do things with my friends. I want to do something that I don't have to work 9 to 5. I can set my own timing. I can meet wherever I want to meet. Plus, I'm also doing something that I enjoy, which is talking about products and services. I'm representing a great company, and I'm also making money through the sales of the products and services. That's really what it is.
Well, for Qnet, how does the Direct Selling Association of Malaysia and outside of Malaysia serves to promote, protect, and police the direct selling industry?
Well, Qnet is very fortunate because we've been members, as I mentioned, Direct Selling Association of Malaysia since 2010, and every year we are engaging the DSA of Malaysia and having dialogue on their code of ethics. I keep on mentioning this code of ethics. I keep on mentioning self-regulation because Qnet prides itself on its policy and procedure. We pride ourselves on our network compliance because of that code of ethics, that guiding light from Direct Selling Association. We use that as our guiding light with our distributors. If we are aware of any unethical behavior, we go after it right away, and we shut it down. We terminate, we suspend any unethical distributors. But more importantly, we spend a lot of time training our distributors. We train them on the policies and procedures. We train them on the code of ethics. We explain what is an earnings and income disclaimer. We explain to them that you cannot promise, wealth upon wealth upon wealth, mountains and mountains of money in direct selling, because it's just to be clear, direct selling is not easy. It's simple to understand, but it's not easy, because you can imagine you have to wake up every day and you have to actually work on selling products and services, but also motivating your sales force to do the same.
I see. Trevor, a lot more to talk about, including those who want to abuse the system, like those pyramid schemes and all that. But then we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk about how the stock and currency markets held up this week, and more on direct selling. Don't go away. Welcome back. For this segment, let's touch on the stock and currency markets briefly. For today, Bursa Malaysia actually closed stronger. Persistent buying interest in index-linked counters and small capitalization stocks against the backdrop of positive market sentiment spurred Malaysia to close stronger for the fifth consecutive trading day. And at 5 p.m., I think the KLCI finished at an intraday high of 1721.93. This was up 18.36 points from yesterday's close of 1703.57, and the key index remained in positive territory, staying above the 1,700 points level throughout the day. And the local market's performance was influenced by the easing tension, worries over the trade war between the United States and China, of course, no thanks to US President Donald Trump, and there has been a reduction in tension, and this sparked investors' risk appetite. So far, there are no additional worries to the market, and of course, moves to revive the LRT3 and the ECRL projects at a lower cost was cheered on by market players as infrastructure stocks and other companies related, those who have got contracts, rose this week, and market players are cheering these positive developments, hoping things will look better for Bursa next week. As for the ringgit, I ended lower, not so good for the ringgit. The ringgit extended yesterday's losses to depreciate further against the greenback due to external factors which also dragged other emerging market currencies. At 6 p.m. the ringgit was at 4.05 compared to 4.03 yesterday. So dealers say the number of emerging market currencies across the globe were suffering from the buying momentum for the US dollar, including some of Malaysia's geographical neighbors and the ongoing trade tensions. So the trade conflict between the US and China from last week is dominating concerns in the market, and this has encouraged investors to safety of the US dollar. So running the US dollar has become a safe haven. Hopefully, with the increasing oil prices, hopefully next week the ringgit will perform better. But Trevor, coming back to the industry, what exactly is the digital, and what impact has the internet had on the direct selling industry, both here regionally and globally?
Sure. I mean, you look at the emergence of the internet. I mean, mid 90s, and before that, direct selling was purely person to person. It actually started door to door. You know, ding dong, ringing the doorbell. And what has happened is a major disruption of the direct selling industry because of this internet age, because of social media, which has basically resulted in a lot of online shops setting up. Now, believe it or not, our two founders, Dr. Sri Vijay Iswaran and Mr. Joseph Bismarck, in 1998, they had this vision of basically combining direct selling with e-commerce in 1998.
So you were there first before others did, eh?
Exactly. And that's why I believe that's why there were so many people who didn't actually believe in what was happening in 98, because there was an Asian economic crisis. People were panicking, everyone's leaving, Hong Kong. Our founders were basically sitting in Hong Kong and saying, no, this is the way we're going to do it, because they were doing traditional direct selling. Then they identified, hey, why don't we have everything online? Why don't we allow people to actually manage their business online? Why don't we give people a platform? So you can imagine, it's been 20 years now. And all of a sudden, other companies are finally catching up. They're announcing, oh, we're going to go digital, we're going to go on e-commerce, but we've been doing it for 20 years.
Talk about the growth of Qnet over the past 20 years.
To me, it's been unbelievable. I mean, the first year, everyone told us we're going to shut down. They thought that it was never going to happen because of this emergence, the convergence of e-commerce and direct selling. Then all of a sudden, 2 years, oh, you guys are lucky. Then 5 years, and we expanded from one country, one product. Then to 5 countries, then 10 to 15. And because they had the vision, our founders had the vision of this e-commerce platform, we expanded globally to over 100 countries worldwide. 100 countries worldwide.
That's no easy feat, right?
It's not. And that's why I've lost a lot of hair, if you can't tell. But the one reason why we've been around for so long is going back to the people concept. It's all about people. And our industry is successful because of people. And people actually drive this because they have an idea that I want to do something by myself, in terms of some sort of income, but I also want to do things with my friends. So what you're seeing in the last 20 years, people actually becoming more and more comfortable with selling online, because at least they have Facebook, they have Instagram and all that, so they can start promoting, and there's many of customers looking around for these types of products and services, and also this type of empowering opportunity.
It has also allowed the Qnet group or the QI group to diversify into many other areas, right?
Well, I mean, again, the founder he's astounding. Dr. Sri Vijay has always basically had this vision of, okay, we put the e-commerce and network, the direct selling together. Then he basically said, okay, We're going to have a tower in Malaysia. So now you've been to our tower.
The green environment tower.
Exactly,
yeah,
QI Tower.
Yeah.
With my office as well as there. And all of a sudden he wakes up one day and says, okay, now we're going to do it. We're going to have a university. So QI Group has our own QIU in Perak.
In Ipoh. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And now he basically wakes up another day in the boardroom and says, hey guys, you know what? We're going to have our own city. So now we just broke ground with QI City, and it's going to be in Mero Valley.
In Mero Valley, yeah.
Condominiums, teaching hospital, actual public hospital, event center, mall. It's going to be unbelievable.
So what's the progress update for the Mero project?
You're going to have to talk to someone else on the other show after that. But I can tell you right now, I think it's around 2021, 22. We should have everything ready to go.
So thank you, Trevor, for your insights into the direct selling industry in Malaysia and all about Qnet and all that. So that's all the time we have for Biz Talk this week. And thank you, Mary Fair, for this gorgeous set. Until the next time, bye for now.